to Something Wild with Tropi
and Dingus.
Now, Tropidopolis, I know there's nothing in the world you like better than spearing in blue water from your beautiful bar crusher.
That is correct. Heading out to the fads and in particularly chasing mahi is pretty much my favourite thing in the world to do. So we got out to the fad on this day and it was a cracker day. Crystal clear conditions, really nice and calm. Slipped in the water, it's crystal clear, and we start swimming over, expecting the mahi to come out to us.
Man, and they sure did, but not to you. They decided to swim up to our friend Nat, who was the only one without a spear gun, and me with the camera, and gave us a hell of a show. It obviously doesn't help you out any.
Nah, and you see that all the time, and whether it is the fact that this is more intimidating to see someone with a spear gun. They obviously don't know specifically what this is, but it's a long pointy thing and they kind of work out that's dangerous. Or if it's something as subtle as the body positions that Nat and Dingus were doing because they weren't in hunt mode, but the fish definitely knew what was up. And then when I came up to the fad, they were just holding really tight underneath and wouldn't let me get that close to them.
But you did swim a bit closer to the fad and you actually got a pretty good look at them in the end, didn't you?
Yeah, there were a few decent fish holding tight under the fad and a really big bull pulled off just close enough, and that's when we knew the hunt was on. I whacked the fish with a really good shot and it started peeling off line. Actually a much bigger fish than I originally thought. It was a good bull and strong fighter. Took out a fair bit of line and it ended up getting itself wrapped around the fad. So as I went in to unwrap it, I actually donked my head on the fad.
I remember that.
I did have a decent shot on it, but they've got really soft skin. So I think with the extra pressure of the line being wrapped on the fad, it managed to work itself free and then till eventually the spear popped out.
And it's lucky it actually hung around the fad and just kept swimming around us. And you actually took a couple of jabs at it, with a javelin kind of spearing situation. And which I thought was a great technique. You almost got it, huh?
I failed on the hand spear, almost, but luckily our friend Adam Jolly was there. He nailed it on the second shot. We wrapped up the kill and got it back to the boat.
Yeah, and as we're pulling the fish back to the boat, I was taking some shots of you pulling the fish back in the boat itself. And I actually saw something that was pretty interesting. And when you had a look at it, you actually found it downright concerning, I think.
We have a number of different jellyfish here on Ningaloo, and some of them carry the Irukandji syndrome. The one that we saw that day was a really big one called Kisingia geiger. So now, while most of the jellies that carry the syndrome are only the size of your fingernail,
yeah, we all know that one. Yeah.
This thing's about the size of a plastic bag, so a bit confusing for people. Looks a lot less harmless, but it's actually equally as deadly.
Yeah, so we didn't pick up that plastic bag and we just got back in the boat and headed off.
And that was the wildest thing that's happened to us this week.
We'll see y'all again next time we got something wild to talk about. Something Wild with Tropi and Dingus. Brought to you in part by Bar Crusher Boats. and Ocean Hunter Chameleon wetsuits.